this a little bit, but with all the injuries that you've had, I mean, do you feel like you're out of the woods there? You feel like you're basically, this was a fluke season for that.
I wish I played a full season, but at the same time, I feel like I growed a lot mentally. I learned the game, and towards the end, I feel like I got a lot more comfortable. So I don't feel like it was a necessarily wasted season, but I wish I would play more games. But I'm excited, for the future. Playing a lot in summer league, getting some games under my belt that way, and and going forward, hopefully not having as many injuries, going forward.
Are you feeling completely healthy at this point and kind of ready to go into an off season?
Yeah, I mean, I feel great. My feet are feeling fine. My body's feeling healthy. Just ready to get started with the off-season work. I mean, obviously I need to take some time away, just like everybody else, but at the same time, ready to get started.
Quinn said last week that you don't really have any weaknesses, but despite that, what is it that you want to improve on this offseason to become a better player in year two?
My body, I think that's a huge thing with me, getting more explosive, playing lower, I think will help my game a lot. And just my overall game, it was situations I was in where I haven't been in the past, and I got better as the season went on. It's just improving on everything that I'm doing as far as ball handling and shooting consistency, and just pretty much everything, just working on everything.
Which was harder dealing with mentally, the injuries to your feet and being out so long, or adapting to the NBA game, and why?
I think it had to be the injuries. I think coming into the league as a rookie, you kind of look forward to going through the growing pains and everything. And I didn't really get a chance to do that, and I was just excited to be on the court. That's the main thing, but. I think it was the injuries. It had to be the injuries. That was the toughest thing because I never dealt with it before, and it's just something that I'm getting past, and hopefully I don't have this problem again.
Did Joe at all kind of emerge as a vocal leader as the season went on among you guys? Did you see that, or thoughts about him in that role?
Yeah, Joe was, he was basically like a coach on the floor. He was, always directing us on anything he saw, whether he was in the game or not. He was always telling us. He was always their voice in the huddle, most of the time. So, he was big for, I know for Dante and for my development, just always being supportive, as a teammate. So he was big for all of us.
In a sense, was he in some ways even more vocal than Gordon and Derek at all at times?
I think it's just a difference. He, like I said, he was more of a coach on the floor. As far as X's and O's and things like that. Gordon, we looked at Gordon for, when times got tough, we looked at him as, when he was ready to play, we knew it, and we looked forward to him. So I think it's a different kind of leadership, but I think, Joe was big for us.
Rodney, when you were healthy, you started a lot of games. Of course, Alec will be back next year for the full season. What's your thinking on that as far as starting versus are you comfortable coming off the bench, or do you have a preference?
I don't have a preference. I came off the bench and started. We want Alec back healthy, and he's been great. In my improvement, and regardless of what happens, we both gonna be effective. On the court. So. It's exciting. He was starting before he left, so that's probably gonna happen. So, I'm comfortable coming off the bench, or starting if I had to step up. So.
Rodney, 9 months ago, you're sitting in the same room, getting introduced to the organization. What's the biggest lesson you've learned in those 9 months?
Oh man, just handling adversity. I think that's been the biggest thing for me. Growing up, you don't really have that many adversity because you're the most talented player. But going through injuries, playing with more talented players, learning the NBA game, I think it was adjustment for me, and I just got to continue to learn from it.
Last season, coming into the draft, it seemed like one of the question marks about your game was on the defensive end. Mm-hmm. And since then, it's been actually one of your strengths in your first year. Is that Quinn Snyder that's been that? Or, where did that development come from?
It's just been, you know, a focus for me and Coach Quinn. You know, he's really set the tone when we came to camp in September. He set the tone. You know, it's going to be a defensive-minded team, and you know, if I wanted to play, I had to, you know, focus on that end of the court. So, you know, it's been a mixture of both, and I always knew I could defend. You know, it's just a matter of proving it. And I got to continue to get better.